Leafs beat Habs in overtime. Leafs at Habs right here at Talking Habs with Rick. The #1 hockey channel. Don't know where. Okay, so this is my post-game review of the Leafs at Habs game tonight. Before I get to that, I'm going to ask you to subscribe, ring the bell. It'll notify you of all my videos. And the question for tonight is, were you happy with the game the Habs played tonight? I'd like to know what you think, what you have to say about that. Comment section below. You can leave that there, and I read all my comments, and I'd appreciate that you leave a comment. Facebook watchers, love you guys. Come on over, check out my channel, subscribe, ring the bell. You guys can do that too, and I would really appreciate that. Okay, so that's the beginning. So let's get into this the game. So it's the Leafs of the Leafs in Montreal, expecting a great game, and it really was a good game. So it starts off really fast, almost off the first, I think it was 52 seconds in or 51 seconds in. Right off the face-off, Petrie gets the puck on the point, and fires a shot, and Shaw tips it. He's standing he's kind of about 10 feet out in front, and he just tips it in, and it kind of wobbles in. I guess like a change-up, so it fooled Anderson that way. So good. From Petrie and Domi, Shaw gets his, I didn't mark down what it is which goal he gets, sorry. I'm not sure how many he has. It's like his 12th or something like that. So, and then right after that, the Habs have jump, and the game is fast-paced. You can see they're in tough tonight. This isn't even the Jets. I mean, I haven't seen the Leafs all year, honestly, and they look good, I have to say. So just to prove that fact, 2:20 in, Toronto, they come right back. There's a wraparound attempt. It goes through the crease instead, and right over to Johansson, and Price was over to one side, obviously could not get back. Didn't have a chance on that. So it was an easy goal for Johansson, and it was from Zach Hyman. So it's like, what a start. Two minutes in, it's 1-1. And then 2:20 later, Zaitsev on a wrist shot from the point that had eyes, because it snaked through like 3-4 bodies. And Price didn't even see it. That he was just totally screened. He didn't see it. No chance on it. And that was assisted from Lindholm. Habs take a penalty to Deneau for tripping Leafs. Apparently the Leafs, with their 20-point whatever, their power play has been sucking lately, and it didn't do well tonight. The pace is fast. It looks like playoff hockey out there, and it kind of was playoff hockey. So this, if they do meet in the playoffs, this is a preview of what we're going to see, I would imagine. So there's a high-sticking penalty to Tavares at 7:52. He draws blood. I believe it's on Ben. And we get a 4-minute penalty. And the Habs power play, Habs are running around a bit on the power play. There's no flow to it. Bad passing. It's just not good. 4 minutes. Couldn't do it. They didn't do anything. Okay, and the period ends not too long after that. Nothing really happened. It was good play, flow, back and forth. Pace was fast. So things I noticed in the first. Where was Drouin in the first? I did not notice him till almost like the last minute of the period. If we would have had a Drouin that we had against the Jets in that first period, we might have had a different game here. But he was like nowhere to be found. At least that's what I noticed. Kokoniemi's line, the finish line I call them, had energy and were getting chances. They played well. Domi in the first period was not strong on the puck. It looked like he was having a bad game, but he made up for it later on. The power play was putrid. Passing was off, not sharp in the first period. No fluidity to their game. I say that, and it was back and forth, but neither team had any sustained pressure. It was good flow, but to the Habs game themselves, their passing wasn't sharp. I didn't find it a fluid game. The Leafs didn't dominate, but they were the better team. First period. Shots on goal, 15 Montreal, 16 Toronto. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. And I don't know if it's 2 power plays when you draw blood. It's 4 minutes is 1. Anyway, so second period starts off. Petrie hits the post 30 seconds in. The Habs are hot. So the first period's not affecting them that they're down 2-1. And to prove that point at 1:13, Tatar ties it up. He goes almost coast to coast. I think he gets the pass. I think he's almost at the blue line, Canadiens' blue line, and he goes all the way up the middle, fires a shot, beauty, right in. So go Habs, go! And it's from Weber and Price. Price gets the assist for just sort of passing it off to Weber. Habs have legs now. Plays flowing back and forth. Habs passing is sharper so far. So they got their passing game better. It's much sharper, and they're playing better. Lehkonen goes for tripping at 4:41. It was a great penalty kill by the Habs. They really came. They just had Toronto off balance. They went at them. Every time Toronto got the puck, there was a Hab in his face. It was a really good penalty kill. Drouin, there you go. Noticed him now. Takes an interference penalty at 8:25. It was a dumb penalty. He's not showing up tonight. Big disappointment so far. Interference to Hyman at 18:08. So it's a Habs power play, which they don't do anything with. So not a lot happens. There's chances both sides. No sustained pressure by either side still. Any sustained pressure happens in the next period. Habs were much better in this period, getting the only goal. The pace was fast and the flow was good. Neither team holding any sustained pressure. Drouin was more noticeable, slightly. The finish line played good again, getting chances. Armia especially. Kotkaniemi held his own. He didn't stand out, but the whole line played really well. This time Lehkonen stood out with his speed. He got a lot of chances that way, but he didn't finish. That's funny. He's a Finn, but he didn't. Habs need to lift their game one more notch and capitalize on all of Leafs' mistakes for the third period. Shots on goal. Montreal 9, Toronto 9. 0 for 1 Montreal on the power play, 0 for 2 Toronto on the power play. Third period. Domi gets a goal. I was on the phone talking with a friend watching the game, and I didn't see how it happened, but I know why it wasn't. His stick, he had a high stick. And it didn't go to replay or review because I'm sure the ref saw that, but it was clearly a high stick and clearly not a goal. So anybody watching it who thought, it was a goal, it wasn't a goal. It was a good call by the ref. And believe me, I wish it was a goal. Game would have been different. Matthews bats the puck over the glass for delay, game penalty at 5:37. And we get a goal by Gallagher on the power play from Domi and Shaw. Sorry once again. I know I saw it and it didn't register with me till I got a chance to write it down, and I can't repeat it here because it didn't register with me for some reason. But it was a power play goal. Good thing. Nylander on a 2-on-2 to Price's left. He breaks in and he lets go a laser of a shot to the top corner that probably Price should have had it. He would like it back, but it was a laser of a shot, and he picked the top corner. So, yeah, Nylander gets his third of the season only. So Toronto, right after that, they've got sustained pressure big time for like 3 minutes straight. They're in Montreal's zone. They don't get anything from it, but big time. So the game ends with no more goals. My prediction, if you remember in my other video, if you stayed long enough, I predicted 4-3 Habs in overtime. Is going to overtime. So woohoo's going to overtime. In overtime at 2:17 in. Not that much happened up in the first 2:17. There's some chances, and again, back and forth, and there was flow, but nothing major. But then Marner to Tavares. When they're playing 3-on-3 and a goal, damn. Riley also with the assist. So disappointing end to a game that the Habs though were in. They went toe to toe with Toronto. They've got They can keep their heads up because they played well enough against Toronto's a firepower. I mean, you could see on every line they've got dangerous players. And we stayed with them the whole game, right into overtime. Now, even though we lost, this was a good game. The Habs went toe-to-toe. This is what I'm reading what I'm writing. With a superior team, and they were a superior team. Sorry to say, I'm the Habs fan. I don't like the Leafs, but the Leafs were a superior team coming in. And they played almost good enough to win. Good showing by the boys, especially getting that point. Keeps us ahead of Boston. The boys can hold their heads high. Good showing by the finish line. The finish line had a good showing each period, the whole game through. That line's going to be something. Okay, so I couldn't judge the 3 stars well, so instead I'm doing the 3 Habs stars. I guess I'm a little biased against the Leafs, and it's going to take a while to lose it. So, first star for me for the Habs is Tatar. He got a goal, and he was exciting all night. Came close a couple other times. I think it was the first star. Second star had a bad first period, but he came on in the second and third. Was Domi. He got 2 assists over the night, and he ended up playing really well. And my third star was Price. Price was solid. If it wasn't Price in the net, this game would have been way different, maybe a blowout by the Leafs. Price was great. So, pretty much there you go. That's the game. We could hold our heads up high. We might have lost. We got a point in overtime. We stood toe-to-toe with a really good team, and that bodes well down the road. They need to get their power play going. We got a goal, but we should have had more than one. Okay, so please like and subscribe. Ring the bell down on the bottom there, and it'll notify you of all my videos. I really appreciate that, guys. And once again, were you happy with the Habs play tonight? Not with the outcome of the game. Of course, none of us are happy. Were you happy with the way they played? And the way they got better through the 3 periods, that's a good sign, and I liked what I saw there. Facebook watchers, I didn't mention at the beginning. Thank you for watching. If I didn't mention at the beginning, I'm not sure at this point. I really love you guys, and please come on over, like and subscribe, or subscribe and ring the bell, and check out my channel. Appreciate that. Not sure. The next game is in 5 days. Off the top of my head, and I didn't write it down, I'm not sure who it's against, so I apologize for that, but I believe we're on the road. So the homestand is over. So before I say goodbye, there's 2 videos I'm going to put up there that I'd like you to watch. I think you guys will enjoy it. And I guess that's it. So thanks for watching, as I always say, and I always appreciate that I've got people watching. Till the next game or my next video, I'm not sure. I'll put out, there was a trade, and I'm going to do a short video about that. And from there, I'm not sure. So have a good night. Bye-bye.